I have a Rose Inc product right here. It is their Tinted Serum. It's supposed to be luminous, hydrating, and overall probably a dried skin person's best friend. But I'm oily and I want to see if this really works. I'm wearing it right now. As always, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the foundation and then we're gonna go to the demo part. So if you enjoy, give it a thumbs up and let's talk about this foundation. My shade is 040, which I thought would be a little bit dark. It's actually a little bit lighter than my neck. Maybe I could have gotten away with 050. It is the weirdest thing I've come across so far. It's like a gel serum of some sort with like little beads of tint inside of them. I don't know, when I first saw it I was like, this is weird. But they came out with a couple of other products. They have a moisturizer that's also encapsulated beads and stuff like that. It is 1 fluid ounce, and which is pretty standard for foundations. It's $50 US, a little bit expensive. A lot of brands are just hopping on this bandwagon of skincare mixed with foundation, which is great for our skin, but they all tend to be like the luminous kind of look. So it has hyaluronic acid, squalane, and just overall really juicy plumping ingredients for your skin, for you to feel hydrated. And of course, the more you use it, the better these ingredients are going to be for you, which I understand. If you already have a hydrating skincare routine, you're already seeing those benefits. So I don't think by you incorporating this onto your skincare, you're going to get like this drastic results. I'm wearing 040. It looked darker online. On this video, other than trying on the foundation, I use the concealers and the blush. So, oh, and the lips. So yeah, let's see this. So we're feeling the beige. I'm wearing the beige sweater. The backdrop is always beige. So off the top of my head, I can tell you that it feels gimmicky. I don't mean to be harsh, I really don't. So let's see, let's try it. The packaging is plastic. It's not like a bad packaging, it just feels slightly cheap. A little bit, just a little bit. Let's pump it up. It is quite runny, and when you blend it, it doesn't really look right. It looks like separated and weird. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I applied it there. You can see that it starts breaking the beads with color, but with your fingers, you're really not gonna get an okay finish. It looks patchy and weird. So I wiped it off and I'm gonna go again. I automatically just want to mix it with my fingers, but maybe it's better to just wait until we mix it with the foundation brush. So yes, you do get some coverage, but with the brush, definitely not with the fingers. With the fingers, it really does not work at all. What I do feel like is happening is the serum part of this product is just getting absorbed into the brush, and then the beads burst and give you the coverage. Let's see on the other side. We're not going to use a sponge because it doesn't work with a sponge. The tone is not bad on me. It's a little bit lighter than I would like. This is 040. They do sell this with a specific brush, but I mean, you have a brush. I have a brush. So I don't know. I don't feel like you need to run and get the brush. If you have one that's flat like this, the one that they're selling is flat, but it's a little bit more angular. So if you have a brush like that, then by all means, just use that. But if you don't and you want more of a flat brush, then you can get it, I mean. So you can definitely see this little friend right here is not being covered because it is quite dark. So if you have acne scars that are a little bit darker, it's not going to give you that coverage. It is a tinted serum. It is not like a full foundation. However, for being a tinted serum, I am seeing a decent amount of coverage. For day-to-day wear, it's probably a good one. It doesn't feel super matte or super set, but it feels good enough. Like, it feels like with a light dust of powder you could get away with it, but it feels good. It feels like you only need a little bit of powder. It is quite luminous, yes. So it does feel like you're wearing something on your skin. It feels very cooling in the beginning, and then kind of like as you blend it, it starts feeling more like a foundation, because in the beginning it feels very cooling and wet, and it really does feel more or less like a serum. I love that it has benefits. If you're really dry, I feel like you would definitely enjoy this. In the front, it says it is a tinted serum, but in the back, it says it's a hydrating serum foundation. So, I mean, I do find it to have a decent amount of coverage and it looks really good. This is going to be perfect for dry skin. Don't hate it though. As it sets, it's starting to look a lot more, the finish is starting to look a little bit more natural. However, I want to see how it works with the concealers. I have two concealers because finding the shade on these concealers have been so hard. So what I've been doing is just mixing these two. Not ideal, you know, this is expensive having two shades. They really should expand their shade range. I'm having here the lightest color, which is LX010. Which is very, very white, and it can look really brightening under the eye if you're fair. I need it to be a little bit darker, so I'm mixing it with LX050, which is the one I got initially thinking it was going to be good. And it's not terrible, but it is slightly darker. So I'm going to mix those two colors. I want to apply just a little bit here to cover up that big acne mark. And I'm just going to use a concealer brush. This one's from Real Techniques. The number faded because it's been with me a while. And I'm just gonna tap it in a little bit to kind of see how that looks. This one's a little bit, you know, it's pretty dark, so it's harder to cover. Okay, you could definitely see there's like a patch of concealer because this concealer is definitely more of a medium full coverage, and then obviously the foundation Tinted Serum, it's more of a sheer finish. Are they super compatible? I don't really think they're the most compatible thing, and I find it kind of weird of the brand to just go from something so full coverage to something super sheer, because I just feel like they don't work well together. You know, I guess if you want a more full coverage look, you're gonna go for the concealer, which they do claim you can use it all over your face anyway as foundation. So maybe it's just like get what you would like, get what your preference is. I would have loved to see like something that works together better, but of course that's just my opinion. Maybe some people will think that they actually work together great. So for me, like if I'm going for a sheer kind of look for the day, I would definitely like a lighter, sheer kind of concealer. But in this case, if you really like the Tinted Serum, then you would just jump to another concealer maybe. I just feel like I really see it. Like in the pores, I feel like I notice it, especially around this area. I feel like in the pores I see the pigments, but overall it's not a bad product. Like I think it has its target audience. I also have other products from Rose Inc. I have the blush, which I'm gonna apply to kind of just see how it works with the base. This one is Heliotrope. It's the one I've been using nonstop. I actually really love it. I think it looks beautiful. Honestly, it looks really pretty. I didn't have this on my first review of Rose Inc. This is their lip sculpt in the color Beams. I already have a little bit of a lip liner. I have the lip sheet in Iconic Nude. It is my go-to. Don't you hate it when you open like something and then it like scrapes? I wish I could just hide it. That's kind of like the one thing. This color looks really nice. I usually don't wear a lot of pinks, but this one is more of a warm pink, and I really like it. It has a weird smell. It's good. It's a matte kind of lipstick. I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna do something on my eyes just to kind of finish the look, and I'll give you my final thoughts. I put on some samples on my eyes. I used a mascara from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know if that's new or old. In a sample from the Laura Mercier Metallic Taupe. I did a TikTok using samples on my face because I collect them and then I never use them. So back to the Rose Inc foundation. Even though I do feel like it doesn't look so bad, I know that in a couple of hours my oils are gonna start peeking through. So I'm gonna apply some powder. This one's really matte. I'm gonna put some right here because I feel like I'm gonna need it, you know? Okay. So how do I feel? I feel like I have a little bit of mixed feelings. Like it's not bad. Like it's a good foundation or tinted serum, whatever you want to call it. Well, they can't decide. But I don't think it's something I'm gonna be reaching for a lot. If you're the type of person who likes to apply with their fingers or a beauty blender, not for you. I just overall find that sometimes brands want to innovate so much that they end up making products that are kind of harder to use, and just like this requires you purchasing their brush if you don't have like a dense brush, and you know, it requires to be only applied in a specific way. And for me, products should be easy to use and just overall kind of like a pleasure to work with. Like if you're on the go and you only have your fingers, you just use that. Or if you just have a beauty blender because you're traveling and you didn't want to carry a bunch of brushes, then you can use that. I feel like you have to work for this. It doesn't work for you, you work for it. However, I don't discard it as like a terrible product. I just don't think it's something I'm crazy about. I hope this review was very useful. If you enjoyed this review and if you enjoyed my honest thoughts, just give it a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.